Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Count Christo and this is the Imperial Britain campaign. Quite possibly in this very episode, we are going to finally fulfill the glorious titular accomplishment of this campaign. We're going to federate, I hope. Oh, the Panay incident. I thought we already had that fire. Could be wrong. We're going to hopefully try and form the British Federation. Oh god, we're being raided out here. We haven't been raided down there for a while. Which means my convoy escorts will have to spread. Which means they are once again going to be insufficient. Oh goody. Anyone else finished repairing that I could send out? Yes. This chap is. Anyone else? Well, we got a... there's one. It's not the biggest ship, but, you know, it'll do. Queen Elizabeth is ready to rejoin the main task force, as is this one. Good. Fantastic. Got these repairs kicking into gear, and now that our convoy situation is stabilizing... What the heck have I just done? Window security? I did not mean to open you. Let's switch it up. It's time to resume production of actual ships. And what we're needing right now is a lot more ships to fight enemy submarines. So give me just a bunch more factories on that, please. And more firefighting drills, less crits would be good. Now we're just going to deal with these guys, pocket them and then drive them out. Should be superb. We'll just get the pocket so we can kill them with the least casualties. Good, and we're already moving in to defend these convoys. That's what I like to see. Fantastic news. The hood is almost fixed. That's grand. There's the pocket. And we can just now wipe them out with no difficulty. Good. Okay, we now have our new Mediterranean task force stationed down here, which is going to be very good to prevent any further Italian aggression in the Mediterranean. These guys can stand down. I'd like to conserve fuel for a bit. You guys as well. Standing down, that will give us a lot of extra fuel. I think we'll keep most of the planes at home, because we have got some bombing problems right now, but we're working on it. We're working on it. Got a lot of air XP. I'd much rather spend it on the next tier of planes, though. Well, now we're stabilizing on economy. You know, we're importing more stuff successfully. Let's tune it down on this gun production and instead go for an increase on planes. That seems wise to me. We will need to increase our aluminium imports, but that's okay. We get some more from British North America, as it is known. And the Soviets, once again, can help us fill our hungry industry. Good. It has significantly... We are using 53 factories for trading right now, which is pretty crazy high. But it's just how it goes. Did we ever build those? Good. We have built some very high-level naval bases here now, which means we can import stuff much cheaper. Much more cheaply, I should say. Let's get some more dockyards going once we've got these repairs done. Another naval invasion, 5 troops. That's nothing to ignore. Let's get these guys rapidly moving down to assist. Okay, how are we looking in the north? We have finished them off. You two can keep on that port. And these two I'll have down in Oslo, ready to repel any further naval invasion. Fantastic. Okay, Finland. Finland's probably not going to want to join me anytime soon. Didn't do so well in my bombing campaign against their invasion of Rhodes, but we tried. At the end of the day, we will be able to say that we tried. National Spain wants to contain the aggression of the German Reich. That's a good sign. That says to me that maybe we'll be able to get them to join the faction at some point. What I'd really love... We've got quite a lot of equipment right now. Yeah, good. So once we actually get... We need to rapidly increase our production of this stuff. Let's ramp it up on that. We need to be ready so that once we get those integrations done, we're able to transition towards a war economy looking towards attacking America. That's going to be our high priority target. As soon as we get that integration done, then I think we'll have the capacity to do that. Yeah, the weekly change from Edward, does this ever go away? Or is he's just a terrible ruler, apparently. There doesn't seem to be anything I can do about it. Like, there's no decision to get him to resign or anything like that. Which might mean we just have to do a bunch of worker conditions, which would suck. I mean, the work conditions, yeah, would counter him pretty hard. We'd have to do it once every 500 days. We'd have to for 100 days. It's not ideal. All right, bunch of free dockyards. Now we're finishing a bunch more repairs. I'd like to see a lot more screens coming out. A lot more screen carriers, cruisers as well. I would like to finish this line ship, but we'll see what we can do there. I think just powering through building a bunch of destroyers for now seems prudent. Where do I want new ships to deploy? Well, the miners can go... What happened to my mining fleet? Did it just die? What happened? Did I merge them in here? Oh, I did. Okay. Are the miners even vaguely equipped to fight submarines? Where have they gone? In here. Miners. They have some sub detection. They don't have any depth charges. Oh no, they do have some depth charges. I guess we will use the miners for that for a bit. But yeah, for now, just deploy all new ships here. Well, you can go to one of the sub forces, which are looking very thin right now. This is sub 1. We'll assign him directly in there. Good. Scouts and things can just come down here, and I'll assign them as they deploy. Good. Fabulous. Fabulous is what I of course mean there. Alright, naval invasion in the Aegean Sea. Could be that this guy is about to face them, but if he does, I'm very confident that this task force is going to be able to make short work of them. How is my convoy escort efficiency? 24%, not really what I like seeing. Let's divert them away from the Norwegian coast. Maybe they'll be able to do a bit better then. It's the same number of convoys they're covering, so I suppose I shouldn't be surprised that they're not any better off. Just one convoy raiding fleet right now. Yeah, we've just got to keep an eye on that. A couple of easy raids for Italian fleets off the coast of England, not a problem. Only 10 political power, and we can integrate, get the last one of our puppets down to integrated. There, secure the oil imports. We should just wait on Imperial Federation now, I think, with our focus. And we have got these war goals now, so I don't really have the troops present to deal with those war goals unless... Yeah, let's stop garrisoning the African ports. Just temporarily. While we go after Iraq. We'll throw a bunch more into Kuwait as well. Good, and you guys should be under this army while you're doing this. Slightly too many men. We will attack purely from our border, so as to try and avoid giving the French control of any land, because they almost certainly think that they have less land under their control right now than they deserve. They are wrong, of course, but you know, we allow them their little fantasies. Alright, since you're no longer strike forcing anywhere over there, you really should be based somewhere more sensible, like here. So let's move them over. Good. Oh, and he's rallying forth just to take out a single Italian sub. Doesn't seem like that's something your presence is really required for, but you do you, I suppose. We can use these guys to start reinforcing these ports already. Kingdom of Romania joins the Axis. Yeah, that's what we expect. Another 15 ships for the Axis. Not to be discounted, that. Look at that. 100% integrated puppets, which means we can now do Imperial Federation. Hell yes. Romania obviously joining them. A new decision popping up. Which one's that? Do another Polish expedition campaign? Yeah, absolutely. Sounds good. How much Polish manpower you got these days? 45,000. Nice. And we'll use most of it, I think, for air wings. In fact, yes, I bet I have some air wings. Well, I don't really want to disband the ones that have experience, but here, any air wing that's not experienced, that's staffed by British ground crews, let's get rid of. I want to see aces in exile prevail. You guys pretty experienced. Cool, and let's deploy a bunch more air wings using that glorious Polish manpower on intercept over here. Seems prudent. Good. I want to see any Axis planes they put up here being completely wiped out. They're bombing me in Scotland now, apparently. Well, we can reposition a few fighters to deal with this new reality. Free mills. Still not building, like, any tanks. Give me some more. Just on infantry for now. Should be fine. Tiny bit more aluminium. We'll be okay in a second on that. There's construction. Nice. Let's get the production efficiency. Very bad supply in East Indies. Ah, this one here. Yes. You can just leave that one. I don't want to have to try and protect convoys in that region. I think it's smart to try and bring them all in from over here. What is that one going to? Down here? What is that? An arc to Bismarck. But why are you sending supply to Bismarck? We don't have any men over here. That's confusing. How about if I ban this one? It's going to send it from the other side of the world. I guess that's just our imports from... yeah, look. I don't want you... Well, that one's going to block a bunch of our ones here. Preferably, I don't want you sending any convoys anywhere near Japan. That looks okay. That's much more defensible, as long as we can keep them out of these ports and take some of their ports in the Pacific, maybe. I'm very hopeful that we'll be able to act fairly decisively against Japan, but, I mean, with the navy that we have right now... How much of a navy are we going to get from our puppets? Is one question. 0 ships. 18 from Australia. 4 there. 18 from them. A reasonably decent force, and probably a lot of them being screening ships, which is just what we need right now. So I'm happy about that. Okay, another German invasion centered around Oslo. Oh, there's Nicaragua joining in on the faction. Let's go and give them a little bit of a drubbing, would you?
Keep moving!
They're instantly being driven back by the Norwegians in the region. Yeah. Bye-bye. Good. I would like you guys to split out slightly. Stavanger looking a little undefended to me. Yeah, they seem very keen on attacking Oslo. They weren't earlier. Earlier they were more about that that Stavanger, more northern invasion, but they seem to have changed their tune slightly. Yeah, that's a lot of German divisions we're taking out. They're down to only about 100 divisions now. That's less than Italy has. Sending far too many in naval invasions up here. Okay. Ready for the... there goes Costa Rica joining the faction. Looks like we're ready for securing those oil imports. Let's get going against these guys. They will almost certainly join the Axis. Just because of, you know, political expedience. We'll see. It's possible they don't. No, they have. Got some... Ah, yes. Resistance down in Ethiopia. Let's have one of you guys back. Deal with that. The areas with resistance I do want to keep garrisons, just so we don't worry about any sabotage. We have another decision I can take, which is that Nicaraguan parliamentary speech. Not that fussed about the Nicaraguan parliament, to be honest with you, game. But that's okay. Dominican Republic has joined the Axis. Interesting. So there goes Costa Rica. Looks like they're getting pretty close to wanting to move against the Panama Canal. Yeah. Which might put the US in the Allies, which I really, really don't want to see happen. Ooh, there's Peru joining the Axis. The fact that miners are joining the Axis makes me very nervous that nationalist Spain might be on the verge of joining. Peru, is that going to muck with? Yeah, they might well raid us. And they have 50 divisions. Jesus! We'll see if we start getting raided over here, and if we do, we'll have to deploy a fleet force against them. If we could marshal an expeditionary force to go and seize Peru, that could be useful. They have some oil, and yeah, 10 mils. That's not nothing. It's certainly not nothing. Anyone here ready? Yes, the HMS York, close to my heart, of course. York. Let's bring him in here. Anyone else? Yep, a couple of cruisers. I'd love to help with my convoy escorting. A couple more cruisers. I think I'll put them in the main fleet. And a bunch more ships here. Might be able to form a third convoy escorting force with the number of ships we got here. What are you? Just a newly deployed guy? Great. Let's have you join the convoy escorters, who are now up to 38%. Not bad. Not bad at all. Mission efficiency looking okay on most of those. Sorry, not mission efficiency, but convoy efficiency. Looking okay now on most of those guys. Keep driving them back. And there goes Panama. Excuse me? How did this go to France? Well, as long as we get Baghdad. And there goes Venezuela joining the Axis. We have got men on these positions, but I think it's very unlikely we're going to be able to hold on to them against Venezuela. How many men they got? Yeah, 24. Okay, you guys can fall back. I want to try and hold on to these naval bases to make sure that we have somewhere to strike back against Venezuela soon. Yeah, wish I'd been ready for that. It's a lot of oil we could steal from Venezuela. Do not understand why France got this state. It's very frustrating. But let's just sweep north. Well, actually, I'd much rather capture all this territory from the south. So let's come up like this, just as soon as we can. See if we can get them to capitulate to us, rather than oh, there goes Costa Rica. See if we can get them to capitulate to us, rather than to France. Just help out down there if we can. No more decisions. No, thank you on any of these, and the new exiled government ones haven't popped up yet. Where are they? Don't see them. No, don't go up there. Damn it. I need Mosul as well. There's oil there. There's oil in the hills. Alright, you guys. Yeah, just press on to Baghdad. Seems good. Can we really not beat this guy? Come now. Alright. And waltzing into Baghdad now. Good. How many men you got, Iran? 10 to 11, so we should be okay against them. Oh, hello. Spanish volunteers showing up in Baghdad. That's inconvenient. Well, I guess we will use these guys a bit. Let's just make sure we use them from our terrain. Here we go. Now we've linked things up here. Should be able to make it much simpler. Good. Multiple directional attack on him. Could be good. More divisions down here. Let's get these garrisons going. Just at least token garrisons. But yes, I am quite scared of the Japanese. I am not afraid to admit that once they join the war, we're going to find ourselves in having problems, to say the least. Okay, as soon as you can, just strike north from the occupied territory. Good, and across, seize that airbase. We've already got major air superiority from our allies, but we could do with some CAS present.
Ready, sir.
Good, got them encircled. They shouldn't be getting much supply. The Spanish in there. Keep on going here. Got some destroyer attack in the next one. Nice. Making some good progress towards banging out a bunch of new dockyards, which is obviously wonderful to see. Even with all those imports, we're still managing to make some headway. So what is the decision available right now? Right, bunch of expedition campaigns. Yep, sure. Joint exercise. Joint training exercise sounds good to me. Emotional falling. Very good indeed. Just grab all these empty tiles. And let's see Baghdad fall very shortly. And there goes much of their army in the south. Excellent. Ah, this prevents falling to the French. Let's just move these plans round so we can make sure we attack them from the British side. Hope the French don't start an offensive on them. Italian diplomatic isolation. Diplomatic relations between Italy and Germany have taken a turn for the worse recently. Okay. Italian and German relations have begun to improve. These developments effectively preclude any future cooperation. What? What are you talking about? They're in a faction together. I think we can expect future cooperation between these two powers, if I'm honest. Very strange. Yep, as you can see, the even though there's some supply for local divisions, the Spanish have got very low organization. They're not getting the supply they need because there's nowhere for them to import it from. Good. So falls Baghdad, so falls Iraq. And we can just move this same army straight onto Iran, for which I will want to requisition the Indian port guards temporarily. Yeah, and I think I should actually have them in a separate army. We won't want to do any pushing really from this side, but I don't really want the enemy moving in either. Exiled division from Nicaragua. I will treasure him. By treasure him, I mean stick him in a port and then forget about him. Alright, Baghdad falls. Superb. Or you guys can just get ready. Start getting ready on the Iranian border. All of you bar that guy. Ready for a quick strike in seizing their oil. Good. Baghdad falls, and at the end of the month, Iraq capitulates. And we got the 2 oil-producing states. Excellent news. We have some free dockyards. Let's just see these older ships finished, shall we? As soon as we can. All right, move to the border. You all assigned to it? Yes, good. He can get a new one. Well, of course, I want Marine Supply Grace. Oh, but I don't have the points for it right now. Magnetic Mine will be good. More invasion tech. We're getting towards the time when that's going to become relevant. Let's get some oil development going here. A bit more there as well. Any other oil reserves that we might want to develop a little? Well, we're about to gain control of this one. Already maxed out that one. Looks good to me. Okay, men moving to the front. Let's have a aerial presence over Iran as well. We could have some of those guys from veterans from fighting many battles over Norway. Or a few over Pakistan as well, just in case of that enemy attack. Excuse me. Ah, excuse me. Bit of a sneeze. Alright. All these guys move to their positions. No G-Force experience. Go away. If you want to rapidly take up your positions on the border, we will strike at Iran. Superb. I would like to keep this episode going just a little bit long so that we can actually get this Imperial Federation focus done. I want to see that. See that to completion before we end the episode. I believe I did promise it this episode, so you know, I want to be a man of my word. All right, good mission efficiency. on all our convoys these days. That's very good news. Sorry about the hiccups. German ship count not going up fast, at least. Not noticing it having gone down much either, though. New decision. Costa Rican parliamentary speech. Obviously, we're not even even slightly interested in doing that, so we will tell them so. There it is. Good. Don't care about that. Don't tell me about it.
Ready.
No insult to you Costa Rican chaps arriving to fight by our side, of course. Canada's doing good work there. Okay, men mostly at the front now. Just check the eastern front. Yeah, looking good. Planes active. War.
Listen up.
Let's
Fall in.
be seeing you crossing here as soon as possible, and I think I can push straight in here without too much trouble either. Not going to try and cross in the south. I think it's a unnecessary considering the hole in their front. We are currently losing a bit in some of these fights, but I think even if we go back a step, yeah. Stability's dropped enough that we need to do another damn patriotic speech to try and get rid of mutinies. That is very, very unfortunate. Damn new king causing problems. I wonder if that is permanent, because if it is, it's gonna cause real problems. I can tell you. Let's see if we can strike rapidly at the heart of Iran here. What kind of capitulation point are we looking at for Iran? 20% or less, so we're going to have to take most of the country. But seizing Tehran in the opening stages of the fight here still seems prudent. Oh good, these guys are going to wear themselves out. Make it far more easy for me to drive them out of that one. Let's get excavation. All the more relevant as we consolidate holdings around the world. It's not going so well. Let's just not try anymore. We don't need to exhaust our strength attacking into dangerous terrain. Sorry about the hiccups, but I really want to see this. I really want to see this Imperial Federation finish. All right, pay attention to our manpower. We're about to see a bit of an increase. Okay, got him there. Good. Ooh, can we maybe get enough men in to break them here? That would be excellent. And there it is. That lag spike means to me Imperial Federation. Say hello to the Commonwealth of Nations. 500,000 manpower as our core manpower doubles. Whole bunch of extra ships at our service. Oh, Axis, you're in trouble now. Hell yes. That puts us in a much, much better position. 87 divisions available to us. Wait, why is it selecting some down here? Oh, it has unassigned all of the divisions that we had as expeditionary forces. That is less than superb. Especially since I was using so many of them as port defenders. But that's okay. I will reassign those between episodes. Factory-wise, let's wait for the end of the day, and I think we'll get an update on that. I imagine we'll be looking pretty good. Let's get some more raiders going. Some more scout ships. Oh, yeah. 1940 battleships. Seems like a good investment. I'd also love... Oh, is that all the ones we have right now? Yeah, cool. Next focus. Could do balance of power for the land doctrine research, maybe. I'd love some naval rearmament, actually. I think is honestly what I'd like most right now. Some research bonuses and things out of that. Obviously, yeah, loads of unassigned divisions. New decisions. Let's see if there are any interesting ones that have popped up because of this integration. Sure, another joint training exercise wouldn't go amiss. I imagine we're going to get a bunch more prospecting decisions once the game kind of clocks the fact that we've done it. In the rise of global threats, the British government have made a joint statement about, together with the governments of Canada, South Africa, the British Isles, Australia, a New Zealand, the British Commonwealth of Nations will be formalised into a new federal government structure. A great stride forward for our peoples. Hell yeah. 181 military factories. Superb. Huge, huge improvement to our manpower. And obviously, a vast increase to the size of our navy. Let's see all the new navies and have them all rally to Cardiff, and then we will deal with them upon their arrival. Looks like you got another 60 vessels. That's a serious increase. Almost, yeah, 60% increase to the size of our navy. That is serious stuff. Alright, I will see you in the next episode, by which time I will have done some organizational stuff and hopefully stopped hiccuping. Good lord. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye.